Hi, friends. Like a lot of you, I'm in shock right now. I'm grieving. My heart is heavy. I'm scared for the future. And I'm hearing a lot of similar things from the people in my world, both clients and friends and family. And so today we're going to talk about some of what's needed right now for our process of grieving and moving forward. And we're going to talk about what we can do about it. And stay tuned because we're also going to talk about an opportunity to be in community and do some of that grieving. So, for those of us who are really hoping that the presidential election in the US would go differently, when I woke up Wednesday morning, as I imagine is true for a lot of you, my phone was just absolutely blowing up with people who are scared, people who are in disbelief, people who are feeling paralyzed and stuck. I was hearing, like, I don't even know what to do today. I was hearing, I think I might throw up. I was hearing, I can't even like form a sentence just everywhere. And to be honest, I didn't really feel a whole lot. I think it's taking me a little while to come to terms with reality, to move out of that frozen denial stuck place and feel anything. And that seems to also be a common reaction that I've heard from a lot of people. And so what I know how to do with that pain and that grieving and that anger is to build community. That's like the only thing I know how to do because I know that when we grieve together, when we heal together, and when we move forward together, that then we don't feel alone. We don't feel as stuck. The burden doesn't feel as heavy. And we feel more powerful. We feel more like we can take action. We feel more like we can get through this. And there is a long road ahead of us to get through. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that all of you are going to be working hard with me and with so many other people in our communities to protect what we can, save what we can, fight for what we can, and move towards a better and brighter future. But it's going to be hard work. It's going to be long. It's going to be exhausting. And what we really need is to have community and not feel alone in that. So, what do we need to do? We need to make space for the grieving. We need to actually allow it. I'm seeing a lot of things talking about what to do next steps, you know, how to get involved, and all of that's really important. But if we don't make time for the grief and the anger and the fear and the experience of those things in our bodies, then they can get stuck. And even though we're taking action that feels productive, we can still those things can settle into our bodies and show up as headaches, as muscle pain, as stress, as anxiety, and it can just kind of become part of the experience of our lives. And so we really need to make space to really acknowledge what we're feeling and experiencing and what our fears and worries are. And then we need to work on shifting those things in our bodies. So we're talking about, for some of us that already have some kind of, physically active hobby or practice, yoga, going for a walk. For me, it's climbing. Those are dance. These are all things that can help to, move that energy. And sometimes in that stuck, fearful place, it feels like it would feel better to just curl up and do nothing. And sometimes that is what's needed for a time. But we also, in order to reconnect with our bodies and ourselves and our deeper soul, we do that energy at some. So we need to uh, start in whatever way feels achievable right now. If it doesn't feel like you could get up and go for a run right now, Does it feel like you could like squeeze your fists and spread your hands? Does it feel like you could like tap your temples? Does it feel like there's some kind of small movement that you could do, bringing attention to that movement and starting to allow the pent up survival energy in your body to go somewhere? The next thing that we need to do after that is that we need to really reorient to who we are, what our values are, what we're passionate about, what we believe at the core of our beings. And this is going to look a little different for all of us. We all have slightly different, deepest passions and most strongly held beliefs. And we have to be really, really clear about who we are, what we stand for, what we want for ourselves, for our communities, for the world, what our most basic values are. And we need that clarity because everything is going to try to disrupt that for us going forward. And when it gets really hard, we want to give up or we're not sure what to do, or even when it doesn't seem like there's any good option and we've got to pick something that's not good, in that place, that's where we need that certainty of conviction in the deepest parts of our souls, because that's where we can act out of, we can drive from that place of conviction, and that will take us forward on the path that's right for us and for our communities and for building the world in a better way. And then the last piece is kind of integrating all of that, grounding into that conviction and that, that more settled place that comes in the body after moving the energy. And that's where the opening of what now can come up after all of those other pieces have been taken care of. That's when the door can open to, okay, and now what? Now, what action do I take? Part of this can be setting intentions. What is my intention for how I'm going to show up? Or what is my commitment to action for what group am I going to organize with? Or, what hard conversations am I going to have? Or, what changes am I going to make in my life to protect the people that are important to me or to protect myself? And so, that piece though, that door can't open until the first pieces have been taken care of, and those kind of sweep away um, the stuck parts and make room for what's next to open up and to be realized. So I promised you an opportunity to actually do that, to connect and to feel like you're not alone in this, because you're not. You're not alone in this. There are millions of people who are with you in this moment. I am hosting an event on Sunday, November 10th of 2024 at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. There will be a link in the notes, and the link will also convert the time zone. So don't worry about it if you don't know what that is for you locally. This event is free. It's open to anyone and everyone who would like to shift out of feeling stuck and paralyzed, would like to feel connected to community, would like to figure out their next steps and be part of grieving, resourcing, and healing in community and moving forward. So that link is below. You will need to register in order to get the link to join us emailed to you. And please tell anybody you know who needs that kind of space right now, because that's what we all need. We all desperately need to be in community right now. So I will see you in a couple of days.